President Trump sent shockwaves through the international community with a recent proposal concerning the Gaza Strip. He suggested that the United States should take over the Palestinian territory. This unprecedented move, he argued, would alleviate the humanitarian crisis and transform Gaza into a Riviera of the Middle East. Trump envisioned a future where pristine beaches and luxury resorts would replace the current conflict and poverty. Details about the proposed takeover remain unclear. The president offered no specifics on the legal framework, funding mechanisms, or the potential involvement of U.S. troops. Most crucially, the question of consent from the Palestinian people, the very population at the heart of this proposal, remained unaddressed. The proposal's lack of clarity, coupled with its radical nature, immediately ignited a firestorm of reactions globally. World leaders, international organizations, and political commentators scrambled to make sense of this unexpected development. The proposal has reopened old wounds and ignited new fears, casting a long shadow over the already volatile Middle East. The international community met President Trump's proposal with near universal condemnation. The most vocal criticism originated from Arab nations. Many saw the proposal as a blatant violation of Palestinian sovereignty and a dangerous escalation of an already precarious situation. They reiterated their unwavering commitment to a two-state solution, where an independent Palestinian state could coexist peacefully alongside Israel. European leaders echoed these concerns. From Paris to Berlin, London to Madrid, the message was clear. Forced displacement of the Palestinian population was unacceptable and a breach of international law. The United Nations Human Rights Office added its voice to the growing chorus of disapproval, warning that such an action would constitute a grave violation of fundamental human rights. The international community's response highlighted the profound unease and apprehension surrounding President Trump's proposal. Many saw it as a reckless gamble that could further destabilize the region and exacerbate the existing humanitarian crisis. The overwhelming message was clear: a just and lasting solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict could only be achieved through dialogue, diplomacy, and respect for international law. While the international community largely rejected the proposal, it did find favor among a specific group: Israeli far-right politicians. This faction, known for its hardline stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, praised President Trump's initiative. They viewed it as a validation of their long-held ambition to exert greater control over Gaza and potentially displace its Palestinian residents. Back in the United States, the response was more divided. Republican senators, wary of directly contradicting their president, mostly offered cautious and non-committal responses. Some expressed skepticism about the proposal's feasibility, while others labeled it interesting without elaborating further. Democratic senators, however, did not mince words. They unleashed a torrent of criticism, denouncing the proposal as crazy, dangerous, foolish, and even insane. They argued that such an action would be detrimental to U.S. interests, further inflame the Middle East, and damage America's standing on the global stage. President Trump's approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as exemplified by this recent proposal, is consistent with his history of viewing geopolitical situations through the lens of business deals. His attempts to engage with North Korea, for instance, often prioritized grand bargains and personal diplomacy over traditional diplomatic channels. This transactional approach, critics argue, overlooks the complexities of deeply entrenched conflicts like the one between Israel and Palestine. The proposal's disregard for historical context, international law, and the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people has fueled concerns about its potential consequences. The world watches with bated breath as the situation unfolds. The potential ramifications of President Trump's proposal are far-reaching and uncertain. Whether this becomes another example of his unconventional approach to global affairs, or fades into the background noise of his administration, remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain: the future of Gaza and indeed the wider Middle East hangs precariously in the balance.